Good morning. And like we always do before we start meditating, we kind of move the body at least a tiny little bit so that we can sit for around 20-25 minutes in a very relaxed way. So you can find a seated position. Maybe that's cross-legged, maybe that's kneeling, whatever is comfortable for your body. And then let's take some time to stretch the neck a little bit. So with your next inhale, raise your arms high, maybe you even look up. And then exhale, your right fingertips are coming to the right side and your left fingertips are pulling over. So we try to open the left side of a body. Exhale to stay. And inhale, we twist the chest a little bit towards the sky, and then exhale, we twist the chest a little bit towards the floor. 2 more times like this. So inhale to turn open, and exhale to close to look down. 1 last time. Inhale to turn open, and exhale to twist to look towards the floor. With the next inhale, come up into the middle. Stretch your fingers high 1 more time. And then exhale, left fingertips are coming down. And the right hand is pulling towards the left side. So we're opening the right side as much as possible. Okay, inhale to really stretch. And then exhale, twist your chest towards the floor. And inhale, twist it towards the sky. 2 more times like this. So exhale to close, to look down. And then inhale to twist towards the sky. And 1 last time, exhale, twist your chest towards the floor. And inhale to twist the chest towards the sky. Come up back to the middle. Stretch out the whole body 1 last time. And then exhale, bring both hands left and right next to you. Now the right ear wants to go towards the right shoulder and the left shoulder wants to go down. So we stretch out the neck also a tiny little bit. Inhale to open even more. And exhale, we do the same. So we start to look down, but be careful, be mindful with your neck. Inhale to slowly rotate up. And 2 more times, exhale to rotate down. Inhale towards the front, towards the sky. And exhale 1 last time, look down over your right shoulder. And then inhale, slowly look up. And exhale, find a neutral position, stretch it 1 more time out, and then come back to the middle. 1 inhale in the middle, and then exhale, left ear to left shoulder, right shoulder is pulling down. We are opening the right side of the neck. Deep inhale. Exhale, we slowly start to look down towards the floor. And inhale, we twist, we look up towards the sky. 2 more times. Exhale to look down. Be mindful with your neck. And inhale to look up. And 1 last time, exhale to look down. The right shoulder is pulling down. And inhale to twist it up. Exhale to find a neutral position. Maybe some last wiggles, maybe some last stretches. Maybe you want to adjust your seated position. So maybe you now want to go into a cross-legged position. You can also always find a spot where you can lean your back on something, as sitting upright can be a little challenge if you're not doing that so often. But once you have found your seated position you are very comfortable with, you can slowly allow your eyes to close down. Allow the body to find an upright position. So with every inhale, your spine gets a little longer. And with every exhale, you ground down a little bit more. So you feel the connection with your sit bones and the floor. Your shoulders are heavy, arms are heavy. And every inhale lets you reach the top of your head a little higher towards the sky. And just some breaths to find this upright position. So every inhale lengthens your spine. And every exhale, you ground down, hips and shoulders are heavy. You can always find wiggles in between. You can always adjust your seated position if you need to. So even though we are trying to practice to be seated in stillness, there is never complete stillness in the body. So you also can move and adjust to whatever is needed for you this morning. So inhale to find length. And exhale to find this grounding, the connection to the floor, to your own heaviness. And let's take the breath as a portal into this inner state, as a portal into the meditation. So observe the breath for some full cycles. How is your breath traveling in through the nose, all the way down into your lower belly? And how is the breath traveling up and out again? And can you observe the quality of your breath this morning? Is it full or shallow? Is it energizing, or is your breath maybe still a little bit tight? Whatever it is, can you just observe it for some rounds of inhale, of exhale? And can you become aware that the breath is very naturally becoming maybe a little bit deeper, a little bit longer? Can you also become aware of the full cycle of the inhale, and then of this little break in between inhale and exhale? The full length of your exhale. After that, there's another short break again before we inhale. And you become aware of the full cycle. And can you breathe deeply, naturally, without any effort for some rounds? So that your breath can become the portal into the meditation, into your own inner state. So that you can find some stillness before we start the day, before we meet the world. Deep inhale, deep exhale. And each breath takes you a little bit more into your inner sensations, into your mind, into your body. We are not searching for a place of complete stillness, since there are always thoughts rising in the mind. And since there is always a tiny little bit of movement in the body as well, from the organs and from all the functions that your body is doing to keep you alive. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Once you find that inner spot, this inner calmness, can you get a little bit more comfortable here? Can you find a place within yourself that allows you to relax the body completely? And to maybe also ease the mind. It's the first week of October. And here in Helsinki, we have a lot of beautiful colors at the moment. So autumn really arrived, and it is present in everything, in every day right now. So today's topic will be the autumn. And we will slowly find a transition into your own autumn, into this new season. So from that state, from this inner calmness, can you start to visualize, to imagine yourself standing on top of a green field of green grass? It's maybe still a little bit wet from the cold night. It looks very fresh, almost like in spring. And from this big green field, you can see into a forest. You're recognizing that you are standing at the edge of a forest. You first see all the different trees, maybe even some animals, some other plants like flowers or bushes. And you are just observing this edge of the forest from your spot of this green field. While you're observing the forest, you start to see a path that is leading into this forest. You slowly start to make your way towards the beginning of that path. The grass is green and fresh underneath your feet. And also the forest looks a little bit more like in spring or even summer. So all the trees are green, they have fresh leaves. All the animals are still very busy. You can maybe see butterflies and flowers, or whatever it is that you can find in your own forest. You take your first steps onto this path and into this forest. Maybe you're walking slow, maybe you're walking fast, but can you become more aware with different details on every step? You can look left and right, up and down. And can you also feel the energy of your own forest? Of this forest that is still in its full spring and full summer. You're slowly walking deeper into that forest with each step, with each deep and full breath. You're taking deep inhales, deep exhales. Maybe you're even smelling the forest, the trees, whatever is surrounding you. And the deeper you go into the forest, with every step, very slowly, the forest starts to change. Maybe it's first a sensation in the air, that the temperature becomes a little bit more cooler, more dry. Maybe you can feel it. And then at some point you can maybe also see it. How this spring or summer forest starts to slowly change its look. The leaves are slowly starting to change from green to yellow, from yellow to orange, and from orange to red. You slowly or fast walk more into this forest inside of you. And very slowly but very surely, the forest starts to change even more. So now you can maybe already see single trees having a complete different look. They are maybe completely yellow or orange or red. And from some trees, the leaves already start to fall down. When you look left, when you look right, when you look down, and when you look up, you slowly start to see a different forest. You take more steps, more breaths to travel even deeper into this beautiful forest that is now in a different season that slowly starts to arrive in autumn. And this change of season, can you make time for it? Can you become more aware of it? Can you see the different details, how the animals become a little less active? Some maybe even leave. How the colors are changing, how the mood is changing. Can you also become aware of what is changing inside of you? And with each breath, you become aware of a new detail. You arrive more into your autumn forest, into your inner autumn. And slowly the path leads you towards a very big and beautiful tree that is holding all these different autumn colors. So not only one color, but all the different shades of autumn. Yellow and orange and red. Whatever color you connect with autumn. You first see that tree from far away. You start to walk closer towards this very big, very beautiful tree. And with every step, you see more details. You see the strength of it, the beauty of it. Until you end up so close that you can also feel the tree in front of you. You take a moment to arrive. You stop walking. You take deep inhales, deep exhales. And you observe the whole tree from the bottom to the top, from left to right. What is it that this tree, your autumn tree, is standing for? Maybe it's just a tree that changed its leaves. Maybe it's representing something different. Maybe it's a symbol, maybe not. Can you make some time to arrive in this new season? Can you make some time to observe what autumn means to you? To see the beauty of the change and the beauty of the colors of the new season. And you still spend some last time with this big, beautiful tree in front of you. Some deep inhales, some deep exhales. Maybe the forest around you is still changing a little bit. Maybe the tree in front of you is still changing a little bit. But you take in more details with each inhale and each exhale. And slowly you start to sit down in front of the tree. Start to close your eyes. And you start to find this inner spot, this inner calmness within your forest, within your inner autumn. And you slowly start to find deep inhales, deep exhales. And you can be aware that this wood, that the big tree is still there, but you allow yourself to be seated inside of your own autumn forest for some moments in stillness. We practice to be seated now for the next moment, to be seated without guidance, and to just sit with whatever there is. And after some moments, I will give you the signal once it is time to come out of the stillness. For some rounds of breath, can you be with whatever there is in stillness? And then slowly start to first become more aware of your breath again, of the quality of your inhales, your exhales. And with that, slowly come back to yourself. You can still keep your eyes closed, but maybe your breath is slowly inviting a little bit of movement. And maybe that's first the chest raising and falling. Maybe your shoulders start to move, your arms, your head. And then at some point, this movement helps you to bring both of your hands together so that your palms are touching and that you can place your hands in a prayer position in front of your heart. And one palm is representing the past and the other one is representing the future. And in between there is the present moment. And we slowly start to rub our hands against each other, still with our eyes closed. So we start to create some heat in between the palms by rubbing our hands together faster and faster. And within that present moment, into this energy, into the heat we are creating, we put an intention for the day. Maybe that's something like, I arrived, or I am ready, or whatever it is that you need for your Monday. And then rub your palms even a little faster, really charge the energy, the heat you're creating with the intention. And then put both of your palms above your eyes, with your eyes still closed. And then slowly start to blink your eyes open behind your palms. Start to spread your fingers, so let the light touch your eyes again. The forest is gone, but autumn is still here, and you start to remove your palms a little bit away from your face. And you can then use this energy you created to rub your whole body, your chest, your arms, your legs, so that the heat of your palms, the intention you set, is bringing you back into the present moment, is making you ready to meet the day. And I thank you very much for joining me. I hope you make some time to recognize the beauty of autumn. And I hope to see you next Monday again. So I will stop the recording here.